we are at Top Cats today because we've started our holiday at Koh Samui, obviously where Top Cats is, and we're staying in Chai Weng. So we've had a day's fishing. I had a couple of choices, a couple of lakes in Samui, so we decided to come for a day ticket in the Top Cats. It's now owned by Simon. It used to be owned by Sean, so I've never been here before. The rest of this either on this video or maybe separate ones. After this we are going to Gillham's and then we're going to EFT, so she'll get a bit of action. We'll see, depending on how many fish we get, if we get any, I'll either make one long video or maybe break them down. So that's for today. We've got 2 rods out, put them down on the platform, out into the lake sort of horseshoe. It goes around what they call the arapaima, swims over the back. A lad's already caught one. There was a load of arapaima when we came in, so they were sitting there. So at the moment we've got a couple of the house boilies on both. I haven't actually the guide cast them out. Maybe as the day goes I can sort of fish from himself, but I'll let him do the first one and I can watch what's going on. So yeah, Top Cats, we'll give it a go. Let's see what we can get. Really good shot on the boilie this time. Coming a bit easy for a recon. As we can see, still at Top Cats. I've had 3 fish and I've lost one. And apparently even the owner, Simon, and the guys who are fishing just to my right or left here, been many times before, saying actually it's quite slow. Certainly if the owner says that, it's not wrong to say it so, but you know, to other places it's quite. There's a guy's got a fish to my right. I've seen, I must have seen already 25 fish caught. So yeah, it's good. It's good. The accommodation, if you want to stay on site, as you can see, is opposite. We've had some food. The food's of a good quality. The facilities, the toilet, and the lodge up there for beer and that. So yeah, you would be comfortable here, no doubt. It's okay. So there's been most of my fish have been the carp. I've seen 2 Mekong caught. The guy on what they call the arapaima swim across, he definitely caught 2 or 3 over there. He's gone now. There's a load of arapaima swimming around just behind me. In fact, I'll tell you what. Come on, let's go and have a look. Let's go and see the arapaima. Here we go. Hopefully you can see them. And in fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get a bit of maize. I'll get told off for doing this. Let me get a bit of maize and I'll just throw it down. He hasn't seen it. There he is. So yeah, there they are. There's about 6 or 7 of them down there. So yeah, we'll keep it going, having a nice time. Right, let's have a look at the lake then. So this is the lodge, main facilities and the restaurant and bar. So like I said, it's like a horseshoe, so you've got this quiet corner here where the arapaima seem to be holding up. I mean, of course there's going to be some in the rest of the lake somewhere, but this is why they're calling this swim right in front of me now the arapaima swim. So I'm standing in the main central split, if you want, so the lake goes around us. I'll swim there, just spin around, got swims, and I walk as I'm doing it now. We've got swims around here, nobody in any of them, so none of this water is being fished. Now if we walk around to where I am and everyone else, fishing to my right, I just met today, so that's their rods, and these are my 2 rods, and then I've got people fishing down there. So we're all fishing from the bottom there to here. Okay, so yeah, just do a quick walk around. And obviously the accommodation is across there, these white buildings. Used to be the barges, I remember them being advertised, which are now a bit like the Titanic, but the remnants are still there. But yeah, the accommodation is over there. And I talked to the guys who are fishing just to my left for a night out as well. I mean, you can stay and drink beer in the lodge, or the restaurant, whatever you want to call it, but they go to the nearest town is Lamai. So if you want to stay here and go out and have a few beers and a night out and see the bars and restaurants, it's Lamai. So yeah, Top Cats. That's our day at Top Cats finished. Yeah, an enjoyable day at Top Cats. I mean, it's a venue that's been around for quite a while, so it was nothing I hadn't heard of before. But as I said earlier, Simon's a new owner. Obviously, nothing's changed, but he's the new owner. And yeah, it was a good day. In the end, I had 9 fish. I lost one. I had an arapaima right at the end on the fish, and that was about £60. It wasn't one of the bigger arapaimas that they do have in there. So yeah, as I said earlier, it is known really as a runs water, but obviously there are a few big specimens in it to go for as well. So in a way, you've got the best of both worlds. So yeah, it was a nice day. So if you want to go, I think you probably always catch something, you know, fishing gods and everything being equal, it's probably somewhere where you can go and catch some nice fish. So yeah, if you want to go, get in contact from the website or Simon and book yourself a day or even a holiday, because you can stay there on site as well. So that's it. So from now we move on to Gillham's. I'm staying at the moment in Chai Weng, which is probably the biggest resort in Koh Samui. A lovely hotel. This is the Banana Fan Hotel. We looked at 2 or 3, but yeah, this has been a really nice hotel. So yeah, the beach is just behind me. Lovely swimming pool. The beach is nice. The sea's a little bit choppy, to be honest. I think for kids, it would be a little. Well, I mean, maybe it's weird, I don't know how it's like all the time. But yeah, the sea's a bit choppy, but the swimming pool's fantastic, and it's right on the beach anyway. So that's it. So off to Gillham's. One thing I'm going to say, which caught me out anyway, and everyone else goes, oh, if you didn't know. Well, no, I did not. But the first night we got here, we arrived about 5 o'clock, unpacked great, desperate, after a long journey, murder a beer, no beer. Now, the first couple of venues we went to, no beer. One then said whiskey only. We couldn't understand what was going on. I mean, you're in Chai Weng, the biggest resort in Koh Samui. There's bars everywhere, restaurants everywhere, no beer. So, you know, trying to Google what the hell it was. Anyway, cut a long story short, keep this in mind, guys. Whatever day it was, about 5, it's Buddhist Day. Now, there might be 2 or 3 of these a year, but check them out. The beer did start to be served after midnight. And in fact, we did get a beer anyway, so I'm saying no beer, but the first couple of venues turned us away. And we managed to get us a beer in a paper cup from one restaurant who sort of snicked it out for us. But yeah, so just keep an eye on that. I mean, it was a bit of, you go all that way, and I couldn't understand, what do you mean no beer? There's no beer, I'm on holiday. So just be careful. Buddhist Day, they respect it, and you might have to have a dry night or find somewhere that's serving it, or wait till midnight. So just a tip there, it caught me out. Nice, right, Gillham's, let's go. Well, okay, it's our first morning at Gillham's. I'm on the lodge side bank halfway up, and as you might have seen, within about an hour of fishing on a small wafter PVA bag, I had a little bait room tiger toffee wafter. I had a run, and at first I struck into it and I thought I'd missed it. Started bringing it in. Actually, I probably brought it about halfway in before all of a sudden a massive swirl and it took off. So I didn't know what it was at the time. It took me to the right, and it took me to the left, and it took me halfway down the lake. More or less wiped everyone to the left of me. Well, they brought their rods in. So it topped right at the far. Let me see where I am there. So it topped right at the far corner down there, and Nick is my guide today, and he recognised it as one of the the real big Mekong which they have in here at Gillham. So I mean, I've caught Mekong, 300 pounds, so I kind of have a feel for them, and it was a big fish. That was a big fish. So cut a long story short then, before I bore you all to flipping tears, it took me right down to the left, down near A1, and it wasn't really moving. It was taking a bit, it was giving a bit, it was taking a bit. It did this for about 40 minutes. Why I didn't have it all on camera, well, you didn't need to watch 40 minutes of it anyway, because it would have bored you. But I mean, it got stuck, so Nick swam out, hoping just to move it on. Try and get it back into the open water, get it up in the water, because it seemed to be a bit grounded, not doing anything. And yeah, cut a long story short, again to get on with it, when all of a sudden I felt the line detach, and when I brought it in, the hook link itself had snapped, it would braze, so who knows what had happened. But yeah, Nick said that, yeah, definitely one of the real big ones, what they have in here. You know, so you get one, you lose one, but that would have been a lovely start. I mean, it's fishing relatively tough, it's massively hot, so that was a real opportunity lost. And I guess the story of the big one but always gets away, well, there's a reason for that, because they fight like a flipping monster, don't they? But hey ho, carry on for the rest of the day, see what else we can get. Nice work. That panned out well. Yeah. Day 2, a bit quiet on the lake this morning. Been fishing for a couple of hours. A lot of fish showing this morning. I'm bubbling, still actually bubbling, actually halfway to me. I'm fishing about 15, 16, well 16 wraps straight out, both rods. Both baits are on small wafters, little dumbbell wafters, and which worked yesterday for the 90-pound carp I had, and the big meek on I lost, which was, as I said yesterday, was gutting when Nick said actually when he saw it, it looked one of the real big meekons, not just a normal meekon, so that's a shame. Probably in the end, I think there was a few people, 2 or 3 people blanked on the lake, most people 1 or 2, so it was fishing kind of okay. A lot of the fish came late in the day. I knocked it on the head about 20 to 8, and there was a couple of caught after that. So yeah, this morning, Chris is my guide this morning. Chris has been here for many years. Everyone probably knows Chris, who's been here. And but not, I mean, today, yesterday Nick set me up a little bit, but today, I'm just fishing for myself, and I don't really need any help today. Just yesterday got me in the groove a bit yesterday when Nick cast out and set me up, but today I'm spodding out myself, as well, sure, I'm a fisherman, so, or some say, but yeah, so I'm just fishing for myself. I've already spodded out a mixture of crumb, boilies, pellets in a nice creamy oil I've added to it, and put that all out. So both rods out on the middle, and today we'll see what happens. Our last day today. Gillham's is looking as lovely as ever, the new restaurant, first time we've seen that. That's smart. So nice big one topped it. Actually, I mean, yesterday I know there was a 145-pound carp was caught over the far bank, and Roy, who was fishing 2 down for me, caught 135, and I think it was about a 90 last knockings as well. So two really big carp came out yesterday, and my 90. I mean, it's not a small fish, is it? So you can get carried away if you can crumbs. I mean, there's some massive fish in there, but it's still a good fish. So let's see what today brings. Days at Gillham's, let's come to an end. So the first day, actually the first morning, I had the Mekong run, which I lost, which was a good adventure because that took me everywhere, but I was gutted to lose it really, because like I say, Nick said it was one of the bigger ones, so obviously every fish lost is a nuisance. And then I had the Siamese carp. I think by that time, of all the anglers on the lake, I'd had 2 runs, and nobody else had anything, so I was beginning to think I was the man. And I'm doing alright here, I've caught a couple of fish, and that was it for the rest of the day. So the second day, yeah, no fish, so that put me back in my place of it really. And there were a few fish caught, and I was looking on the lake and the whistles were going, I thought, well, it's got to be my turn next, because there was a whistle to the left and there's far bank. But yeah, it was lovely. There was some big carp caught where I was at. There was at least 3 carp over 100 pound. And I think there was 172 came out as well. So Gillham's keeping up its reputation as probably the premier carp water in Thailand. So you know, there's some fantastic big carp in there. So yeah, thanks to my guides. I was nice to see Chris again, and Joel, who was managing. We didn't see Stuart or Sean this time because they was back in the UK with the shows. So yeah, that was great. On the first day, Nick for helping me. Thanks, Nick. And the guys I met while I was at the lake, Zenon, there was Roy and a few other guys. So yeah. Great, so I'll move on to exotic fish in Thailand now to see Mike, but at the moment I'm in Ornang, which is about half hour outside Gillham, so they will drop you, as I said before in some of my videos, they will drop you here at Ornang or they will take you to the airport, so it's all in the package. So we chose to come, we've had about 4 days here in Ornang, and we're at the Golden Beach Hotel, so let's get off to see Mike at EFT and let's see what we can do there. Welcome to EFT. It's my first afternoon here. I've got 3 days after this. I didn't know whether Mike had got me in for this afternoon or not, but when I turned up it's only about midday, so I'm in for the afternoon, so 3.5 days. So here we are again, lovely to be back, looking as lovely as ever, same as Gillham's was. So yeah, there's a few arapaima swimming around, I've noticed. My guide for today is lek number 2, 2 leks now. I had lek number 1, the young lad, and I've got another guide, so yeah, see what we can do here. I'm in swim 13 just up here, and I'd say, people said to me before, what's the difference between EFT and Gillham's? I was once described by a good friend of mine when I asked before I'd come here, what's the difference? And he said, and his actual description was, it's more of a predator lake. So I think there's more arapaima, there's more predators, the gars, red tail. There's a lot of red tails in Gillham, but it was just a description a friend of mine used about when I asked, said to him, I'm coming to EFT. And actually, you know, there are lots of the arapaima which I like anyway. So yeah, a predator lake was one description. If you've been to both, you can make your own conclusion, but they're both absolutely fantastic in their own way. So yeah, predators. Let's get on them. Let's see what we can do on our first afternoon. I'm just walking up to my swim now, a little bit breezy. And here's my lovely little setup. Tuck into my little cellar. I have 4 rods out. My man there he is. He's working for me. So yeah, let's see what we can do in 3.5 days at EFT on a predator lake if you want. Oh, we're having battery problems. It's like being in the UK, it's pouring down. What's going on? I'm already in Thailand and it's pouring down. Nice and dry under Mike's cellar. But yeah, a good old rain on this first afternoon, which I believe it's been doing in the UK for ages, so it's preparing me. I don't want to be prepared, go away. Arapaima. Arapaima. Huh?
Wow, so bad. Oh, semua. Boleh gimana? Alright. One.
Well, I guess the fish. I guess it wrong.
Stand up. Ulit mo. Vậy tay hết. Cái dịch nè. Cũng một và
Well, so much for my guessing. At first I thought it was a very small fish, so it's the biggest arapaima in the world, but... Good morning. Day 2, welcome to a very hot EFT. I'm in the same swim 13. So yeah, quickly recap on yesterday. 4 fish yesterday, 3 red tails and an arapaima. And the arapaima came on the suspended larm ball, which you know, maybe the small fish were attacking the larm ball, brought in the arapaima who just sort of wiped it all out. So yeah, a really suspended larm ball wouldn't have been the thing you would have expected to have caught a arapaima on, so it must have been attacking the fish. So today I have 2 rods out at the moment on the fish. I have the 1 larm on the bottom, sometimes it's suspended on the float, but at the moment it's on the bottom, and I have 1 on boilie. Yesterday what worked quite well, I had two runs on it, caught 1 fish on what for the UK anglers would have known as a greedy pig rig. I had about 4 60mm boilies in a row, and yeah, that gave me 2 runs, so I'll stick with that again this morning, so we'll see how it goes. A few people on the lake. Oh, here comes a lady on a bike. The service is fantastic. They come and see if you want something to eat, want something to drink. So at the moment, all is well for day 2. Let's see what we can get. Day 2 for our fishing. Yesterday, the arapaima, which was nice, probably around 200 pound. And I don't know. I'm just going on what the guessing is. Anyway, I was pleased to catch it and I was pleased to put it back. So, and I had a gar and I finished off with a pacu. Yeah, and they all came late in the afternoon, so I rescued the day. But I'm just about to start, but I thought I'd show you where we are here. And here we go. This is a new pool area. So if you come into EFT now, you've got a swimming pool which you didn't have before, so Mike's built it for you. Nice and shady down here early in the morning. So yeah. There you go. You can come and knock yourself out and have a dip. So yeah, very smart indeed. This is my boilie rig again. A 4 greedy pig rig. 4 60mm boilies. Is that arapaima? Is that it? The arapaima? Arapaima came up. No? Oh, I spooked it. An arapaima just surfaced right where it showed. But I just spooked it. There was off a slide. Don't jump, don't jump. Is that arapaima? Yeah. It's taking a lot of line. Yeah, I saw arapaima swirl and I wasn't sure at first, but that run proves it wasn't something small. It's on the sticky baits, manila boilies. Yeah, arapaima. I saw it circle, I saw it top, big swirl. Yeah, there she is, halfway, just boiling on the surface. Quite a bit of room with no one left to right of me now. So these are in. maybe come into a rescue of my guide. When you have a guide whose name is Paul, you catch sexy fish. There's nobody down there. I'm ready to go in. Big one, okay. Oh, sorry, don't do that. Bye-bye line. Guide say it's a good one. Christ, I wish you wouldn't do that. And that braid, with every head roll. Guys are playing it cool. Cigarette. Can't quite say the same. Get her, guys. Get that head in. Well done, she's in. Nice one. Nice one. Hang on. We caught it as a monster. Monster on the little fish rig. This is our last day. Got this hot one this morning. So yesterday, quick recap on it, come out into the sun. 3 red tails. At the end I had Chalpraya and the Arapaima. Quite pleased about the Arapaima. It's been my biggest Arapaima, I would say. Well, it definitely is. That one went about 250 pounds, so obviously happy to catch that very much. So even better in a way, because it was on my own rig, the rig I tied, the bait I brought, and there's no big deal, but it's kind of nice that that was the one I'm fishing, because to be honest, the alarm ball, which keeps going out top and bottom, I let the guys do that. They make it better than me, so that I'm happy in a way. It's a dirty old job. I let them crack on with that. I mean, when my guy's dealing with the customer down, you know, the one guy deals with 2 customers. So if he's down now, I'm happy to do the alarm. I'll have a go. But there's no doubt I don't make it as secure as they do, and so I let them crack on with that. But yeah, so final day. Yeah, very hot. 4 rods out. We're in swim 14 again. So we'll see what happens today. Lots of movement in front of us as always, so who knows, just stick with it. It's about 1:30 on our last day, and we hadn't had anything at all until now. But red tails come out down the far corner, which is, when I say the far corner, the corner where the restaurant is. I've seen Arapaima come out from swim, I think 13 or 12 down the far end. Actually, I like that swim for the Arapaima, and I hadn't had anything, and all of a sudden it shot off a really good run, and I had a Siamese carp. Actually, if you enter Mike's competition, one of the tagged fish, it was actually a tagged fish, so I wasn't in it. I'll have to go and check the board what I could have won. So it was number 3 on a white tag. It was a Siamese carp, probably, I don't know, 45-50 pound. And yeah, I got it. Now, while I was landing that fish, my fish rod went off. It shot, and it was right in the margin. Off it shot, so my guide, he had to pick that one up, and he landed a red tail, probably 30-35 pound. No camera crew. Camera crew had sneakingly gone off to the swimming pool, so they've been deducted 5% of their wages, and it won't be happening again. So that's why I didn't get it on video. So, but they came. I had to get them back to take the pictures. So the pictures will be added. You will see the pictures of the carp and me holding a red tail. So I did invite the guy because it was his fish really. But no, he let me take it. So yeah. And if you don't see the picture, all the pictures usually in any of my videos always at the end. So you have to be bored stiff and watch it to the end. So yeah, last day, 2 fish, come like buses. So actually, again, my carp on the Greedy Pig rig. It's 4 16mm boilies, Simple as that. PVA stocking to keep it straight, cast out. So it's been doing the business, that. So, you know, maybe worth a try. That's the end of another nice trip to Thailand. So yeah, very good. As you saw, we started at Koh Samui at Chai Weng at the Banana Fan Resort. Recommend that if you're looking for a hotel in Chai Weng. From there, we had a day out at Top Cats. So yeah, that was exciting. We caught a few fish there. I think it was 9. I said in the video, so that went well. Yeah, so thanks for that. Booked with Simon. Cheers, mate. And then we went to Gillham's, which was lovely as ever. Shame I lost that big Mekong, but that's the way it goes. He took me around the lake and I lost that. Still had a lovely carp. So yeah, and it was nice to catch up with Chris and Nick, my guide, for the first day. And yeah, didn't see Sean or Stuart because they were doing the shows in the UK. So if you want to ever catch up with the guys from Gillham, they do some of the shows. So that was good. And from them, Ornang, yeah, always like Ornang. Look forward to going there after our fishing trips. And then finally finished at EFT, which was another great trip. So yeah, caught plenty of fish at EFT. 3-hour pieman. There was a gar, some red tails, pacu. And yeah, that was good. And the carp, just a quick one on the carp. I said it was tagged. When we checked the board for the tag afterwards, it was one of the higher. It could have been if you'd been in a competition. I wasn't. I'm not sure it's still running, but Mike does run these competitions. You catch a tag fish, you win a prize. It would have been worth 2 weeks free fishing. I wasn't in it, so I didn't win it. So just keep a view on that if Mike is running a competition or he does for next year. So yeah, very enjoyable. We're off now this summer to France again. Gary and me to Forest Pool, that's the one. Forest Pool down in Limoges. I've got a couple of trips to Olive Mead booked in the UK, and great. So enjoyable. Thanks for watching it all, guys. Sorry about the start. The wind at Top Catch, it was a bit windy that day, but I still added it to the video. So nice one. Good luck to everyone. Catch some fish.